What's up, Akira? What's up, Chauncey? Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. Weirdest puppy dog I ever seen in my entire life. Decided to draw something before working on the project. I finished my pages for Sewer Boys. Sewer Boys 2, to be exact. Sewer Boys 2 is a comic book remix covering the giant size X-Men. But the project I'm currently working on is the Angriest Warrior, Crooked Crucible, written by. This story will be written by Warrick Walker. I forgot what page I'm on. I think I'm page 21. I'm working through the pencils. Once I have 8 pages penciled, I'll start streaming those here. Since I don't have any of those pages penciled yet, well then stuff. This drawing was done for Inktober of last year. I'm still trying to get through last year's Inktober. This is day 5. October. If everything goes right, I will probably finish this October. 21 out of 21 out of 44 pages. 44 page book, black and white. Saddle stitched, meaning it's going to be stapled, not bound. I don't know how much that book's going to be. It will probably be around 15 to 20. I think we can probably push for 15. Black and white stapled. 44 pages, I think. That's gonna also be a Kickstarter project later down the line. Do you pencil all the pages in Income or another process? I try to do it in series of 8 pages, which is something that I did on a previous project. And since and those all had like that project had deadlines where they wanted 8 layouts on a deadline. Next deadline was pencils. The next deadline was inks. Oh, the next deadline was inks and colors. Every time in a series of 8 pages. I think that book was 32 pages. So since that worked out for that book, I figured that I can use that. Routine for Angriest Warrior. But I keep going back and forth where I'm currently I don't know, I don't even know how many pages I'm on, 21. Cause I put off Angriest Warrior to work on other stuff, and then now I'm back at it. Not in the order of 8 pages, if that makes sense. So I didn't do page 1 through 8, and then 9 through 16. So a different order. So now I'm on page 21, which I don't even know how many pages that really is. I think I inked everything that I had. Let's check my pad. Okay, so I'm currently working on 3. I already the 3rd one. I've penciled 2 pages out of these 8. 6 more pages to go. Then I can start inking those. But at the same time, too, it's like I feel like ink. I don't feel like penciling stuff, figuring stuff out at that moment, and I'm kind of going back and forth, deciding if I want to lay out the rest of the book. Because if I lay everything out, then all I have to do is figure out all the pencils. Or then I can figure out 8 pencils each. The other thing is that the other project, that 36-page project, I guess I could say what it was. It was for Andrew McLean's Death Fight Forever book. And that was a paid thing. That was a paid project. I think the aspect of being paid was a motivation to get those pages done. Angriest Warrior, no one's paying me to do that. That's our thing. The thing that's beneficial or advantage of having 8 pages done is that you get 8 pages. Working through 8 pages, you get 8 pages done rather than working through 44 pages of layouts, 44, and then going back, getting through 44 pages of pencils, and then go back, doing 44 pages of inks. It's less monotonous. I imagine eight for manageability purposes, but the reason why eight was the chosen number. Oh, I just did eight because that's what the schedule was. I think eight is debatable, but I think if you keep it in smaller chunks, then it gets less monotonous. Do you thumbnail during your process? Yeah, my thumbnailing is my layouts. So when I thumbnail, here, I can give you an example. Right now, let's see if all the layers are in here though. All of them. I bet. Let's see. You know what? I will make a duplicate of this because all of my. I didn't duplicate, bitch. Ah, oh, did. Does your you use iPad? Does this ever happen where you make a duplicate and it goes outside of your folder that you're duplicating from? Oh no, no. Oh, so essentially, um, oh, you know, here I'll show you this. Sorry, my mind's all like all over the place because I don't know what the fuck. I want to show you everything at the same time. Focus. Here's the thumbnails that I've done all the way up to page 28. So all the rest of the thumbnails that I had to do is here, starting from page 15 all the way to page 44. 15 and 44 are only together because since 15 is an odd number, 15 is going to be on the right hand side of a book. And if you read, let's go to the page 16 and 17, it's a double page spread, 16 being even, so it's on the left hand side, 17 being an odd page, so it's going to be on the right hand side. This helps. The even and odd numeration helps with figuring out what's on the left, what's on the right, and double page spreads like this right here. If you want to do a double page spread, you got to start with the even number. It's the left hand side, and then the rest of the double page spread is going to be the odd number, the right hand side page. Here's page 19, the page I'll show you. So I'll thumbnail it here. I'll thumbnail it really small, like this is super small. Because again, like there's that saying where if it looks good small, then it's gonna look big. So I'll thumbnail it all here. And then what I'll do is I'll copy paste this and bring it over. So it's essentially like kind of like this small thing. And then I'll take this and I'll make it big. Like what we did here. But I'll set the opacity low. So then when I draw on top, it's all the pencils. We take out the now we're just left with the pencils. Oh, let me I guess I should also. Here's the thumbnail. Here's a thumbnail expanded. What I also do too, because sometimes usually the translation of the panel sizing isn't perfect. So I'll do that here, where I line it up. The first panel is 1/3 of the page. You can see that marked off using the thirds, and then everything else is adjusted accordingly. So that when I pencil it, that's when I can add more stuff. My pencils, I try to keep it as tight it's as tight as I want it to be while it's still loose. I will like these ones are pretty tight, although they're still rough at in some areas. But from this point, I know what to ink and I know what not to ink. I'll do that. And then oh, here's the thing that I'm like kind of debating. There's some days I don't want to figure out pencils. So if I don't feel like working on pencils, but I still feel like I need to get this done, I have this much, all this empty space, all these still need like layouts. So I could maybe on the weekend I can just not pencil and just focus on getting these layouts done. So if all these layouts are done, then that means the weekdays I can spend on penciling in 8-page increments until in 8-page increments, and then ink also then in 8-page increments, because then I also want to stream them. And if I don't have pages ready, then I have to do something like this where I have to draw something else and ink that. And I also want to be practical about it and ink things that are going to be something, not just drawings. Although, I can still sell the drawing, but is it gonna sell? I don't know. If I make it into a book, if I collect these drawings into a book, like all these Inktober drawings into a book, it has a higher chance of being of selling because it's going to be affordable than buying an original drawing, and yeah, there's a better chance of making money that way. And if these are turned into a book, then selling the originals has more of an incentive because these were published in a book. Self published, but still, it's been collected somewhere else. Don't you want to own the original? Okay. Toned it a bit. What are we doing now? Use a 10 to working on comics is such such a challenge. There's even some instances where in the story that I'm working on with Warrick, with the Angriest Warrior, he's introducing a bunch of characters that I've never drawn before. So even before drawing the comic, you gotta figure out what these characters look like. And you want them to look you want them to make sense, you want them to look appealing, because the character is going to be drawn multiple times on multiple pages. Yeah, at the same time too. If the character is supposed to look stupid, then yeah, that's also fun. Making the character look stupid, but at the same time, you gotta make it look appealing. You gotta make that stupid look appealing. Because if that character is not appealing to draw, then you're not gonna want to draw that. I feel. With this guy, with this little puppy, with this sick little puppy, what's the most challenging aspect of making a comic for you, and what's the most rewarding? The most rewarding is getting the book done. Getting the book done. The other reward is recognizing if you made a well-made page, if you visually told a story in a appealing way or a compelling way, where you get to visually show the story in a way that's not being told. Like if there's certain points where Warrick or certain writers will dictate a camera angle, and you'll have to adhere to that. Warrick kind of is cool with it, though, that he'll always mention that if there's a better way to show it, then do it. But I like to try to stick to what the original intent of the writer, and then see if I can translate what they're thinking onto the page. But what else is rewarding? Just making a page flow with the story, because that's just trying, like, sometimes it will come automatically, but other times knowing that there's so many, and this is me overthinking it, there's just so many options to choose from when drawing something, either from like how big is your panel, or the characters, what do the characters look like, where are they looking at. Oh man, this is like too much to mention. But the most challenging stuff the most challenging stuff is the stuff that I was just talking about too. The most challenging stuff, but once you figure that out, that becomes the rewarding stuff. The most challenging stuff is figuring out the layout. You can reduce the layouts per the script per page at the most basic, medium level shot, eye level shot. You can do that, but is that a compelling way to tell the story? No, it's not. Right? You can imagine a comic book where where it's always the same shot. That's kind of cool in a way, but it can also be boring. Like if there's a character pointing a gun at someone, you're that's if you got that, there's you can do it at a horizontal wide shot, like make it look like a movie. You can play with the perspective and really skew that perspective where that gun, that barrel is pointing at the person that's about to be shot. That gun, if you draw that gun with that hand, you don't have to draw it detailed. You can draw it in a silhouette, which makes it even stronger shape. And if it's a gun, you gotta make that gun super recognizable being held with that hand. If it's all black in silhouette pointing at someone, bam. You kind of just like didn't have to draw anything while drawing everything on that page. Because if that gun is pointing at that character, there's nothing else that really matters. Unless there's really something super specific that has to be in that panel. But all you have to do is just draw that gun aiming it at that character. The character you'll draw in detail because we want to see who's going to get shot. That gun, that silhouette of that gun, you don't need to see what that is. You already know that's a gun. And you can almost make variations if it's a sci-fi gun or if it's a gun that you make up. You just play with the shapes of a gun, stereotypical shape of a gun, then everyone's gonna read that as a gun. Especially if you draw the trigger finger and probably the thumb that's wrapping around to the other side. Like that, silhouette, wide shot, horizontal, bam, that's done. You can also kind of make, you can probably try to make that big depending on how many panels are on that page. Yeah, I think the most challenging part is the layouts. I'll spend more time on layouts than I spend on anything else. The second most time I'll spend is the penciling, because even during the penciling, that I'm still refining the layout. That's where I'm still thinking about what the page looks like. So sometimes I'll even still change the layout from the original one that was drawn. The layouts it has it's just like quick drawings, so the anatomy is not perfect in the penciling stage. That's when I'll have to fix. Oh man, you're not seeing me draw anything. That's when I'll have to fix everything, all the anatomy and stuff like. What's up, carbon dioxide? Thanks for watching. Chauncey, what got you from reading comics to drawing comics? Oh, the drawing comics came from reading comics. Basically it. What more else can I say? Also, trying to positing comics as a challenge. Can I do it? Am I able, oh man, am I able to finish a book? And it took forever for me to do that. I've always wanted to make a comic, but I've done multiple attempts and never really finishing anything. Getting paid to do it was a great motivator, but it was also scary too, because like holy shit, like someone asked me to do a comic and I said yes. You never say no. But once you say yes, you gotta follow through. And because you're following through, you're taking on that challenge. Do this, can't. Also, you can't be hard on yourself too. You're not gonna make the perfect comic from the get go. Even the one that you like, even the one that you like, you still might not like every page you. Well, but did you finish the comic? Yeah, but you can't rest on that. You like doing it. If you like challenge, you keep going. You have to keep challenging yourself till you can't just stay at the same level. There's some angles like with drawing the body, drawing the anatomy. It's a challenge to like figure out what that pose actually looks like, where the muscles are. And once you do figure it out, sometimes it's kind of wonky. You still might have to change it just to make it look cohesive. There's some poses that the body does where it can create its own tangents. So like the hand might, like if the hand's resting and the other hand is here, like it makes this giant line, and you kind of maybe you don't want this unless you intentionally want this thing. You wanna, yeah, have to change the pose a little bit. Millions of people have read comics, but only a few took on the challenge of drawing them. Oh, I see. I can't think like that. I'm currently struggling to make my first comic. It's much more complex than I thought it is. It is. You have to look at the comics that you like and recognize what works in those comics, why you like those comics, why you like those panels, why you like that art style, and really study it and replicate it. Don't copy it, just replicate it. But you have to replicate it in a way where it makes sense with the story. You can't have someone waiting at the bus stop and you draw it in a Dutch angle because you think it looks cool, but does it fit the mood? The person's just waiting for the bus stop. So you just want straight up vertical shot, horizontal, vertical and horizontal lines. Yeah. Yeah, there's only a few that took on the challenge. I think it's just the aspect of the challenge of drawing. And if you're drawing a single thing, well, this is cool. You know, this single thing, bam, you're pretty much done with this. You know, it's a portrait. But can you tell a story with panels on multiple pages? That's a bunch of drawings on one thing. And you got to make compromises too, because not all your panels are going to be this big. They're going to be at different sizes. Now you got to figure out what size put them all at. If you're writing the comic, you got to figure out how many panels you're going to tell a scene on one page. There's a lot to consider, but it's not impossible. It also takes patience too. I know it takes patience. I know it because I had to build up that patience. And if you really pay attention, I say a lot of contradicting. Because even though it takes a lot of patience, sometimes you can just, you really gotta get it done. You're gonna get it done. You're gonna rush to get it done. But just don't rely on it. Take your time. Work reasonably. When I started seriously making my own comics, I started small and I started short. How short? One panel. One panel was my first comic to do the one story. That was an Angriest Warrior. I'll show it to you. The only character that I'm doing the ongoing stuff with, Angriest Warrior. Character I created in 2017. 2017 meaning in 2 more years, it's going to be 10 years of Angriest Warrior. How many books did I make? I made fucking 1 book. Oh, no, I made 2. There's 2. There's this one shot. Oops. Oh, what's up, Brunson? There's this one shot. No, there's also, I don't know. I did another story, Angriest Warrior in Mansion Castle. That was for Clusterfucks. What's it even called? Clusterfucks. I think it's a comic magazine. It was magazine size, 8.5 by 11. I did a 12 page for them. And then before that was Angriest Warrior Dead Ends with Warrick Walker. Oh yeah, here's the credits. And then here's the first Angriest Warrior comic strip I've ever done. The Angriest Warrior's on his knees saying, "Where the fuck did I put it?" Oh, what's up? Yeah, for sure. I'm currently studying from John Bashima. Oh yeah, I did. This is where I got it. The panels are genius. I draw nothing like him. I've just been studying. Yeah, just keep studying. Keep studying people you like. Carbon dioxide also says I come from a painting background. I'm used to one-off images, no storytelling. But I'm obsessed with the challenge of creating a comic. Yeah. Hopefully you do that. Kev, oh, what's up, Kev? Also studying Bishima at the moment. I just picked up one of his sketchbooks. Awesome line move. Yeah, so good. And I want to pull out a John Bishima now. Bronson! Carbon dioxide, Kev, slick. Oh, sick. I love to see his sketchbook. Gonna look that up. Let's see. Well, let me just get through this quick. Yeah, well, that's like the first one I've ever done. There we go. That was the first one. And then the second strip was 2 panels. And he said, "Not up here. I'm starting to get angry." This is all setting up. Not even telling you what he's looking for. You just know that he's looking for something and he can't find it. So he's starting to get angry. I just kept going through that. Until Warrick said, like, "Hey, you want to do a story?" It's like, "Yeah, but keep it short." We did that with Dead Ends. It was only 20 pages. It was 16 or 20 pages. No, I think it was 16. Originally it was 12. He ended it. Warrick ended it at the double page spread. No, we gotta give a little bit more. We gotta share a little bit more to everyone. So originally it was just gonna end here, where it ramps up. I was like, nah, we gotta follow through and do 1 page of all the violence and the fighting. And then what Warrick originally had was all these pages as a silent comic. There was dialogue in here in these pages, but for whatever reason I wanted to keep it a silent comic. I didn't want to, I guess I felt guilty. I didn't want to disregard Warrick's dialogue, so I appropriated it, some of the dialogue in this page. Also in this page. Oh, I think this was me though. I wrote this. And then this is Warrick's. I think I wrote this is Warrick's dialogue. This is Warrick's dialogue. This is Warrick's dialogue. Uh this this is my dialogue on the bottom. And Angriest Warrior came from a Conan book that had a Jumbo Shimano. Let me see if I can pull it out. What's up, Brunson? What are you getting into? Super beat up issue 1 from Curtis. Curtis Comics, you ever heard of them? I think Curtis Comics is like fake a fake publishing company from Marvel, so that Marvel was able to print the book without, or I don't know. I don't know. I gotta go it up. Because the reason why they made magazine size comics was to produce comics that weren't deemed worthy of the Comics Code. The Comics Code Authority was kind of like the people that did the ratings for the movies, and they would determine if stories or the visuals were appropriate for the audience. But that was the Comics Code Authority only was for comics. Now Marvel figured magazine wasn't a comic. What dictates a magazine? A magazine has articles in it that are not comics. So in these magazines, they added some articles, but a majority of it was comics. Oh, here we go. Here's a Conan story by Roy Thomas, Art Jambashima, and Pablo Marcos. And all this fucking dialogue and all he's drawing is Conan walking through the city. You got the black silhouette framing Conan. The black silhouette is the tunnel. You got these characters inside, so you know this is an environmental area, not just a black frame or a window or anything like that. This is really beat up. This paper is like fucking dry as fuck. It's yellowed. I had to tape the spine. It's probably gonna tear it. It's probably gonna tear again. I got this in 2017. There was a drawing event in LA at a comic book shop. Someone in attendance for that art event was passing out old comics, and I grabbed that stack and I picked out this one. And then later that night, I went to a 24-hour donut shop and I came up with the Angriest Warrior. I was thinking like if I got to do Conan, what would I do with it? I think this has the Jambashima in it. There's also some Barry Windsor Smith. But it's that ugly Barry Windsor Smith, not the cool looking Barry Windsor spread. Jambashima. Guess who shows up? Red Sonja. Beige. Oh, you need to see the ending. This stuff. This is Alfredo Alcala, the guy that drew the early He-Man mini comics. Filipino artist from the 70s Filipino Spanish boom in Marvel and DC. Here's another drawing by Alfredo Alcala. This is how I wish Angriest Warrior looked like. The art style. Check this out. This one's man, I don't know who did what then. This one is story by Roy Thomas, art by Esteban Maroto, another guy, Spanish guy from the Spanish Filipino boom. Neil Adams and Ernie Chua, but his last name is not Chua. His last name is Chan. But I think because the way he signed his name, people it looked like Chua. Later on, it would be corrected to Chan. I think it was Neil Adams that went to. I don't know if he went to Spain or the Philippines or someone from else from DC did that, and they hooked up with a bunch of different Filipino and Spanish artists. Here's the thing: another reason why this book is not worth anything is that someone, the previous owner, drew panel borders around these pages to, I guess, figure out what was a panel or not. I don't know if either they were confused by the order of the paneling because it was sans panels. I have no idea, but at least it's not hiding the art terribly. Look at that! Look at that panelless work there. Going good. It's the Red Sonja book. Another. Oh, this is step on the road. That guy. Damn. In this article, it's just Conan's women warriors just going through talking about the female characters from Conan. So it's articles like that. It's like just the weakest articles. They're probably informative, but all you got to do is write something like that and print it at this size. Then it's you got yourself a magazine. This is Black Mark. The art is good, but very sparse. Good. Just sparse. You can learn a lot from this too. Look at this. black panel, no background, and then you seep it into a panelless panel, which is telling something else. Here's a Stan Lee. Stan Lee and his toupee. Hey, it's your old band Stan Lee, and here's my toupee. Severin art. That was his first name, Bill Severin. Oh, this art is cool. Who did this? Ross Andrew. That's good stuff too. Look at this guy. Hi guys. Hi guys, it's me. I'm Deculon. I'm Dukalon. I'm Dukalon. You can call me Doki. But you can call me Doki. I heard an interview with Sabasema, and he said John never memorized anatomy. He just drew a lot, didn't stress out, and learned every muscle and bone. Maybe. Yeah, I guess. It's hard to figure out if they're telling the truth or not. Or if they're just telling tall tales. Frazetta would also say that he never copied anything and did it all from his mind. But then you would find even his granddaughter does that. Her Frazetta Girls Fridays stories, and they would show reference that Frazetta used. I know Frazetta and Pashima are different people. If Bashima did work that way, then he knew how to push that perspective or skew proportions. It's not wonky. There's other artists that you might know, and their anatomy is a bit wonky and it's just a bit off. This one doesn't. It doesn't look off. You know, maybe these muscle groups right here aren't anatomically correct, but it's still convincing. And I guess that's one of the things too with Bishima is that he made things look convincing, and that's all you really need to do when drawing is at least make things look convincing. If that's what you're going for, so there's some people that they need to be perfect with their anatomy. Alex Ross, but even Alex Ross is not drawing every muscle. Philippine Invasion was amazing. Alex Nino is your favorite? Yeah, I like Akala. Nino is good too. And what's his name? Is unique. Oh, here's a Barry Windsor Smith. Yeah, I guess you can kind of say the same thing about anatomy with Barry Windsor Smith because that leg is too long. And while that leg is too long, that's still okay. If you're working in a super stylized drawing style, it's okay to skew things a bit. You know, like Jack Kirby with a fist coming at you. I have some alt Kala. I have an Akala. I think I have two I'll call Planet of the Apes. Books the only reason why I bought them. I think they were $7 each. I bought them at WonderCon. I hope that guy comes back to that booth and maybe I can buy more stuff. Oh, look at that. There's all that tape that I put just so that this book stayed together. And this is, I think this is a Boris Vallejo painting, but I believe this is on top of Bushima. Let me see. Oh, it just says Boris Vallejo. Maybe this is all just Boris Vallejo. There's another cover that I saw on YouTube on Nick Barucci's art selling show, original art show, where he was showing off a Earl Norm Conan cover, but it was penciled by, layouts by John Buscema. And I think I forgot how it went. I think Earl came in with a layout, and then John Buscema fixed it to the way he wanted it to be, and then Earl Norm painted over it. I guess we'll get back to this. What time are we at? Oh, we're already at an hour. Okay. Am I a Liefeld fan? No, I'm not. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I felt that he tricked me into liking his stuff because I would see it grouped up with all the Image stuff, even the X-Men stuff, the X-Force stuff, and I like the cover would grab me, and I open it up and I paid attention. I'm like, oh, I don't like what he's doing. He's one of the ones that like skews the stuff a bit, but he doesn't skew it to the way that I prefer. That's just my opinion. A friend described his anatomy or his stylization like someone wrapping up the body in saran wrap and then drawing the muscles in. There's no, like, you have this stuff. You got this line, that line, right? But the outline, it follows through. Like this part follows through inside. This part follows through inside, then it goes outside. This part goes outside, then it follows through inside. Eiffel doesn't do that. He just like outline is outline, inside inside. Inside lines are inside lines. And the expressions that he gives the characters is just the same expression he gives to all the other characters. They're either yelling or they're doing like a weird smile, angry smile thing, or they have no expression at all. But a lot of people like it, and I got some friends that like it. It's just not for me. That's a good description. Yeah, no, that is a good description. I wish I came up with it, but my friend did. What else am I gonna do on this thing? I never liked this drawing, but I just had to finish it just so I had to start all over to do a brand new uh day 5 drawing. I think I'm done with this. I kind of wanted to show off what I was gonna, the original art that I was going to sell for WonderCon this weekend, or do I do that, or do I do a new drawing? start a new drawing. I can, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna block out. I'm gonna ink the outside. I just got a spot black. Spot blacks on this. You know, I still don't know how to use the word spot black. Is there? Can you say spot blacking? Spot blacking? How you can say fill in the spot blacks? Is there a verb version of such a word? You're gonna need to go walk today. I need to get some exercise, but I know I'm just gonna get tired. And if I get tired, then I know I'm not gonna want to figure out a new pencil. No, I don't want to figure out a pencil another page. But I got a pencil another page. I gotta get these books done. And the Angriest Warrior doesn't end with the Warrick Walker stuff. Warrick Walker is gonna be a long series, but I'm working with Brunson here on the upcoming Angriest Warrior. Brunson has done an Angriest Warrior book. I'm in between the working on those pencils, which I think I probably had to fit in during the weekend. I'm also working on a Ghostman story for Brunson. It's 20 pages. The plot has been written out. I just need to figure out the plot's figured out, the paging is figured out. I just need to figure out exact scenes and dialogue. I like what I did. Just gotta get this other stuff done. And I can't do that stuff online. I can't stream that stuff. How boring would it be to watch a screen getting typed in with with the script? There's going to be a gang in this story. This story is the story is set in an apartment, and because of that, it's a little reminiscent of Raid, the movie. Raid. Where Ghostman's just taking out a gang infested apartment. But for the gang, I want to draw them kind of a wasteland outfits. Wasteland, like wasteland and punk and kind of cyberpunk. I don't want to draw just straight up regular gangsters. I don't know. I just can't help myself. I need to add the unnecessary detail. Kind of like what I'm doing with this. This one I was supposed to only just do the spot blacks in the back. What was I supposed to do that? Spot these blacks. Oh, spot these blacks. Can I say spotting the blacks? Oops. Let's just. I priced out everything for the original art. For WonderCon. There's some stuff, Brunson, that I put not for sale, like the stuff that I did for you, the the pinup stuff because I don't know. It's like nobody knows what this is yet. I think I might want to save it when the books are released, because then at least there'd be something to mention. It is boring too, filling this up. Maybe there might be a little bit of a OCD thing with this. Get filled up. Rosin, what are you working on? Oh, I talked with that Gene Bond guy on YouTube. We were planning to do a live stream together in April. He wants to share stories of is doing professional work. All right, day. But I also figured it'd be a good way to promote Sewer Boys. I kind of wanted to ask him if he wanted to have anybody else for Sewer Boys, but I don't. I also don't want to do that because I don't want to scare him into not wanting to do it. Because I don't think he's done this before with a stream. And then it's another reminder that I gotta book those interview shits. At least with Comic Cave, it's Comic Cave. We know Comic Cave. We love Comic Cave. They're very good guys. Everybody loves Comic Cave. We all know Comic Cave. I did everything right, but they indicted me. But I gotta reach out to Chris Anderson and see if he wants to do something. Who else is there? I always forget. I wrote down a full list and I always forget. Someone else mentioned the Avengers. I don't know if he'd be up for it, but I'll reach out. I'll reach out. He's the only person that laughed in Chris Pierce's live stream when he saw that I was using Chris Pierce's background. Damn, who else was there? Now I'm gonna look it up. Oh, yeah, I gotta ask Jim Mahfood. Where the hell did I write it? I know I wrote it down. What the fuck? Maybe there wasn't a lot of people. I thought there was a long list and I was trying to hit up. I try to keep organized. I wrote that stuff in my note in a notebook, and now I can't find it in my notebook. I'll use a Q-tip to take this. Yeah, at first I didn't want to reveal the Ghostman Angriest Warrior stuff, but we're not talking too much about it. And if they want it, now they know it's happening. Where did this go? That's supposed to be that. Okay. And it, so early that they might even forget that we're doing this. But you hear it here. We mentioned it before too. I saw Kevin Anthony Catalan post make an announcement that he's accepting commissions for Heroes Con, and I got excited all over again. I was like, "Oh, Heroes Con is happening! Heroes Con is happening! Comics Den is gonna be there, so I'll live through that." They are. I think her name is Sarah from Comics Den. She's pregnant, so now it's she's pregnant. She's gonna be 5 months pregnant during Heroes Con, and now I'm thinking like, okay, this is probably gonna be once that kid is out. This is probably good. We're probably gonna see less from them. If you don't know Comics, then they usually do videos at conventions. They'll hunt for the key comics. They like the slab stuff, and I'm not really the stuff that's not really my thing. But they do get commissions from artists, and once in a while they will capture moments that you can only experience at comic book convention. Like there was a show OEX, the Orlando Art Show in Florida. It's just a show that is only professional. It's basically professional artist alley. OEX is. They had a card art section. Julie Bell, Boris Vallejo's wife, was there, and someone was displaying her art from the 80s and 90s, stuff that she hasn't seen in a long time, and they were able to capture her viewing her old work. Again, that was just cool to see. Notice whenever I finish these for the stream, I'll go back to these drawings and add more to it. I do it every time. You ever do any Michigan Comic Cons? I haven't done any out of state Comic Cons. I live in California, and the only cons that I've done were in California. I don't have enough money to do out of state. Not yet, at least. Do I want to? Yeah, I want to. There's a convention, not really a convention, but an art event that someone really wants me to do in New York. Oh, this one for 5 Points Fest. They really want me to get out for 5 Points Fest, and they keep asking me, what's it gonna take to get me out there? I don't know. pay for everything. I can't say that though. I wanna add a tone inside here, but that's boring. Carbon, do you do any conventions? Anybody else here doing conventions? Brunson's doing Heroes. I think it's his first convention. NYC is probably a blast. Yeah, the show in New York, it's 5 Points Fest. It's primarily a vinyl toy show. I'm connected to that world because I've done toys for ToyPizza. Those are the people that are asking me to go to 5 Points Fest. I don't know what's chaotic thinking about though. So I'm not so much in with the vinyl toy stuff. I'm like out just outside the vinyl toys with the action figure stuff with ToyPizza. They use their figures use a concept, a joint system known as the Glios system, created by Matt Dowdy. I'm trying to figure out where the hell's my 3 at? The hell? Where's my 3? Um, 0801. What the heck? The heck did I just do with it? Did I put it in here? Where the heck did the 3 go? The hell? No conventions for me yet. Hopefully next year. Okay, yeah. Whatever the noise. What the hell? There's already 2 pens, 2 microns with the where the glue rubbed out the tops. Man, just to show you, don't super glue these tops. They're not very good sealers. What I usually do is because my oils get the oils in my hands rub out the numbers. So if the numbers are rubbed out, I don't know what number the microns are. So what I do is I seal the numbers with tape on here, and then this I would usually put super glue on it, but then the super glue comes off and it takes off the printing, so I can't see what the number is on the cap. But the super glue would come off, taking off the numbering. So what I have to do now is tape the tops off. The super gluing, it just has a cleaner look though. Now it's all rough with this tape. Guess that doesn't really matter, does it? What conventions are you planning to do? Carbon. Carbon dioxide. Do I see? I still don't know. If I can just do tiny. Goals. Oh yeah, I want to show off what I'm gonna sell it. When I don't have everything out. I made 2 new prints. One of Magic from X-Men. That's the pinup for Sewer Boys. The other one, and then the Hedora age 29 from Sewer Boys 2. I turned that also into a print. I'll show these out at WinCon, but I'm not gonna have it for sale yet. I'll just show it off. I'd rather make these into a book and then sell the originals in tandem to release it. Or I guess the Kickstarter campaign for this. Cake. Bunch of small ones around Detroit, and then the biggest one would be Motor City. Motor City Comic Con. Oh, that's a big one. Detroit, you're in. Where is? Oh yeah, you're up in Michigan. Oh, go grab Brunson. He's in Indiana. Go grab him and take him to convention. He's on the way. He's on the way to Cake. What's your Can you tag me in your Instagram, Carbon? I am not familiar with your work. At least I can't recall it. God, this looks better on the screen. And I think this 03 is a little too thin for what I really want to do. Let me go to 05. I probably will have to go up to 08. This is so weird that I lost my 03 though. How did it just vanish? Did I put it somewhere else? Maybe I did. I did that though. I have my pens. Pen places. Yeah, I heard Cake was a good show. And SPX is supposed to be a good show too. I think that's in Chicago. I could be wrong though. Not on Instagram at the moment. Took a step back from any social media. Gonna launch a page real soon though. Keep you posted. Yeah, please do. Where can we see your work then? If any. Yeah, I want to do that. Nowhere except my house. Been in hermits. Phoenix from the ashes mode. Oh, okay. I get it. 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 Chauncey, me too. I was doing a shit ton of art for metal bands, shirts, posters, covers, got burnt out, took a step back from airbrush, and been focusing on my passion of comic illustration. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, dang, was your stuff like constantly in demand? Yeah, I got pigeonholed into style. I got bored of miss doing cartoony kind of stuff. Yeah, see, I didn't like. You know what this could have been? I wasted all this goddamn time. This could have been. I could have put. Could have blocked this all out. I'm gonna do that now. Wow, what a waste of time, huh? Block this all out? Yeah, it's too much. Let's just block out what I think. This is what happens. Think you're doing something good, but then you look at it again, realize it wasn't. It's only a waste of time if one didn't learn. Oh yeah, I guess that is true. You can only learn from your mistakes. But to have you watch it, but to watch it happen though, to watch such a thing happen. I look at the monitor, see it in different eyes. See what else I do. Thank you. I One can see with all eyes and still be blind. The third eye is closed. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, I think this is done. Day 5, October 2024. Day 5 is complete links. All you gotta do is sign the motherfucker. I see, look at all this. Ink, I'll sign it here. But now, show off some stuff that I'm selling at work. This away. Put this away, and then I guess I can show you the other. There's stuff here. They profiting from this vantage. I think that I just got them. So, day 5, here's show and tell time. This is day 6, blue line. Here's day 7, previous days. This is day 1. Yeah, this is day 1. This is my profile picture on Instagram. Here's a stuff sale. Temporella 100, 8.5 by 11. Discriminator, same size, 150. Done for the SketchUp show. No one bought these. This ones were done for a shitty Dark Knight. You should draw the shittiest version of Dark Knight. This was, I forgot what year this was. Might be 2016 or 2017. No, 27. Maybe it's 2016. These ones are just like little strips. Selling these for 40. I compiled these into small zines. I might have to collect these again somewhere else. What? Oh, I didn't get to show you the covers though. Oh, this is what I do. I just use my sticker for the portfolio, so I know. So I know these are mine, and other people know that these are mine. This is Alex Zirit. This is one of mine. This is Rhino Arts, Valley Dweller, Skinner, Dave Baker, Valley Dweller. This is JG. I forgot who did this sticker. Not Stella Hopberg, somebody else. I think Moses Jane This one, I think Moses Jane did also, but did this one as well. Thank you, Johnson. These ones were for. Oh yeah, I was. You know what? I need to also put my name on the insides. This one, these pages are from. I forgot. Doomsday. The Doomsday Curse. It was a collaboration between me and June the Goon. Oh, June Alvarado. I think is what he's going by now because Goon is means something entirely different today. The collaboration we're going. This collaboration was a comic book where each page was a 9-panel grid, and June and I went back and forth between 3 panels each. So it would be either June's 3 panels on top, I'm in the middle, and then June ends his. And then the next page, I would be on top. I'd be the 3 panels. June's in the middle panel, and I'll be in the bottom panel. So what you see here is just only my panels from the story. But things got a little confused because then we stopped the project. We picked it back up, but June didn't continue from where he started and kind of made up a new storyline. So I don't even know. He has all the pages because he was going to scan them all. But I might ask for those pages back and try to figure out if we could continue it. June has family to take care of now, so I might, if I were to continue it, the only thing I could think of was to ask someone else, collaborate with someone else to finish it off. Unfinished stuff. This one's for 60. This is the first promo drawing I did for Vile. Vile is a comic with Warrick Walker. Wrote the story for Vile. This is the Spawn that. Oh, Spawn is what I should have drawn today. I had this extra sheet. I was like, you draw something. I should have drawn fucking. I could have sold it too. Maybe we just draw this now. Maybe I'll just draw it. Oh, we have an hour left. I don't know. Let me just go through this and then we'll get on the Spawn. And I think there's other stuff in here that I do want to scan again. So this one is obviously Dark Knight, but it's the Jaguar character for, I don't know what the story is called. There's a company called Last Bastion Studios, and they do comics and vinyl toys, and this was a character from one of their comics. This is another zine drawing that I made photocopies, and I just cut it up in a certain way and I folded it. A lot of the times I would just do these portraits. General trading card size for 30. Another $30 thing. This is another small drawings on just a piece of paper that I had to cut out. You know, the one that I just cut out. Just, I don't even know if I'm gonna sell that. These are 8.5 by 11s, 60. I guess you can see the price on it. So you see right there. Last year I didn't bring my original art. This year I need to bring. I need to move these things. This is a collaboration with JG, Jesse Goddard. This one is pencils by Sobacore. I'll be inking this later. Of the $30 drawing, some months. This one was a pinup that I did for a Kevin Anthony Catalan for his Space Knights book 1 reprint from Cosmic Line. I need to send this to him. I think we're gonna trade something. What portrait? I should have just done this for the Inktober. One smaller. Laios drawing Mangalore character that I designed based on Matt Dowdy's drawings and then sculpted it as well. And then 2 other Glyos characters. Unfinished. So this one's a header card for a vinyl toy that I don't even know if it ever released or not. This is another thing I was doing before focusing on comics, was just baking comic pages where I would just basically just draw portraits, but in a panel. So it created this weird, non-linear, kind of just like a non-narrative story. Although I made an effort to repeat. This is one of the very few moments where I was repeating characters per panel. What I usually did, I think I don't know if it'll show up here, but what I usually did was just draw random characters per panel. But this one, these 2 characters have an interaction in this sequence, and then later comes back here. They come back again. They show up again. This one, these characters, this character and this character also show up here. These characters are standalone. Never show up. This one's for Endangered African Hornman and Juggy, the first Kickstarter, the first Ink and Drink project that was on Kickstarter. Our first one, the first successful one. One page I traded with Philip McFan. So this isn't the complete story, but these pages are still available. This one was done for Dope Pope. He turned these into stickers. This is a character that he sculpted, and I guess he modernized the design as well. He wanted stickers. He asked me to do the art for it. This is for Orc Jim Algofa's book. A pinup. I drew it small just so I can get it done during the stream, because we all streamed together. Philip was also in the stream as well, doing a drawing. This one is for Plunderlings. Oh, I didn't. Oh, did I price? I didn't price. Oh, I didn't price this one. We'll do it at 100. Wasn't this one was done when they first launched their these toys. He asked a bunch of artists to draw the Plunderlings characters. Plunderlings was is an action figure line that's still going strong today. I was one of the people that got to draw promo art. I don't even know. I seen this on, and I think I did color this, and it was on at least on Instagram. I don't know if he showed this anywhere else. These are designs for James Groman's comic that he did the layouts. I did the pencils and inks. They're just the designs to get used to drawing these characters. But that's some brushwork. She never shows up. This is a brand new character. I don't, but he never went forward with this. Another iteration of. Oh, another iteration of her. Oh, another one. Inspiration fuel. These are old drawings. These are, I think, 2016, 2017. I hate that I didn't date it. I only signed my name, but I didn't put the date on these things. I think this is 2016. I think this is also. These were also during the days where I had to finish a drawing in a day. Like I couldn't even finish a drawing in a day. I would just spend, I would overthink it, overthink the penciling, and keep penciling and penciling and penciling, erasing things, redrawing things. So I decided if I drew smaller, there'd be less stuff, less space to draw. And if there's less space to draw, then I would possibly be able to finish a drawing. But there's some drawings like this, and I think this came out kind of quickly. Maybe I forced myself to get this done. But you can see between that and this, there's a face that I drew here, and I guess shoulders that fit within an anatomy. This one relies less on realistic proportions, so I can just make things up, and it can't look wrong because there's nothing to base this on. And if you put enough organic lumps and things, you can get detail in there. But then also knowing to kind of leave some things open so that not everything's detailed, the breathing room. But then also have some common sense about anatomy where if it's a hand, you gotta make it look like a hand. You can push some things, make things thick. Still needs to fit some type of practical anatomy. This is when I like to do a lot of patchwork. I stopped because I just wanted to get the drawings done quicker. I need to get back to doing more stuff like drawing for a long. There's another. It's probably 2015, 2016. A couple of Maxes, another Max, Julie. Do it at 60. And it's photocopy paper too, so it's not thick. This one was done for a promo for an art show. The art show was called Hello Welcome. The group, I think the group was also called Hello Welcome. Another collective that came after Ink and Drink Long Beach, but before the Discord version of Ink and Drink Long Beach. Ink and Drink Long Beach started out as a art event where we just get together and draw. at a venue, but then through Discord, it's become a group where we've done a few projects together, and it's opened up where you didn't have to be from Long Beach or even from California to be part of it. You can drink. You could be from anywhere because it's Discord and it's online. We make brand new friends, including Brunson. This was supposed to be a T-shirt that never happened. This one I want to scan again in color. I do have a colored version of this, but I can scan it with the new scanner. And I think I was only limited to a certain amount of colors when I colored this, because I colored this on Procreate, but the file was too big. I was limited to the number of layers. Now I got the PC, I can color this with as many colors as I want, but I'm still gonna limit the coloring. This was done for a board game that I don't think ever. Here you go. This is an example of like stuff not repeating. These are just panels with different portraits. Look at that. There's no background. Oh, this is a fake background with that shape. And every character is facing forward. Word balloons, yeah. Just to place word balloons. Now figure out like if there were word balloons in a comic that I was drawing, where would I put those word balloons? Having some play with it too, where this word balloon is pointing at this character here, but it's living in this panel. So now you know that this character is talking to this character. This character is looking up at this character and responding to them. This one has some dialogue here, but no real narrative. Again, now these characters are looking at each other with word balloons. No real stories happening. All portraits. The fake comic. Going back to portrait. Dang, it was a really quick one. I think these were done for an Inktober too. I like this one. Now putting a non-face drawing here. The hand bleeding. I think I got that from a movie. This one has symbols in the word balloons. I like this one too. I was always trying to sell it and nobody wanted it. One for 60. 5.5 by 8.5. These ones I really liked. But again, fake comics. Nothing's happening. It's just basic portraits, full body now, including full body because we're drawing bigger, 8.5 by 11. This is my Jeff Darrow. I have to scan. I want to scan this one too. Okay, maybe we won't be drawing that spot. I'll be drawing that spot. Because we're already 2 hours. We're almost. Oh yeah, we're just 2 hours away. Here's an ET. I was gonna paint this, but I did not. I was gonna transfer it to a bigger painting. This is what I ended up doing instead of the ET. Painted this thing. This was a sticker sheet. I still haven't. I've only done this one other time, but you see the whole head. I want to do another. Figure out when to do this, like draw a head in between the panels. There's He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Hela, Skeletor, and Beastman, and then just some cyberpunk people. I'm trying. There's so many stuff that I'm trying. I'm gonna do that. The Beast Rex shape challenge. He was doing that. Thanks for showing these 200. Oh yeah, thank you for watching. For continuing to watch. This was a t-shirt. A parody on veganism where now the animals were eating the people. The shirt was made. I think I have one of it. This is Saw Dog, a combination of two of Forrest Whitaker's characters, Saw Gerrera from Star Wars and Ghost Dog from Ghost Dog. I don't know why we did it, but it was a collaboration between Brunson and I. I forgot why we came up with this character. But since the creation of this character, the character shows up in both Brunson's comics and my comics. And I think we're gonna try to keep it up and see and try to draw this Saw Dog in every comic we do. I already did it in oh here, I'll show it to you right now. I did it in Angriest Warrior. Another one. Bronson did it in it goes oh no, he did it in it's in Bone Grinder. Character shows up in Bone Grinder. So, oh, there he is. Angriest Warrior Mansion Castle that I did for Clusterfuck's number 6. I think I streamed these. Is he in Ghostman? He's not in. Is he in the first Ghostman? I don't think he is. I think we made him up for the first Ghostman. Is he in Ghostman? Hold on, let me see. You always gotta have your Ghostman Andy, right? I don't think he's. He might be in the second one though. Yeah, I think he shows up in this. I know he shows up in Bone Grinder. I think we probably made it be right before Brunson was drawing Bone Grinder. I know he's in there. I saw it. Oh God, you know the truth. Oh, he did come late. Oh, did Brunson? So he does he first show up? Did you first draw him in Bone Grinder then? I think they said that Saw Gerrera is gonna show up in second season of Andor. I was like, oh, now I gotta watch it. I gotta finish season one, and then I gotta start watching season two. There's a what do you call it? Behind the scenes, an Easter egg behind the scenes thing. This is you can play this on the piano, and these are the first notes of. Oh man, now I forgot. I think this is the first notes of Mary Had a Little Lamb. If you can read notes, go play. Screenshot this and go play it. Oh, it is in Bone Grinder. Yes, Saw Dog is. Damn, but Saw Dog was. I mean, Bone Grinder was drawn last year though. Yeah, so if you want, that's Bone Grinder is going to be a key issue for on several factors. First issue of Bone Grinder, and first appearance of Saw Dog. Brunson and I are working on a comic book called Saga of Saw Dog. It's coming out in 2030. With this story, I kept it. I was on a shorter deadline. Not no, not even a short deadline. I just was on a limited number of pages, 12 pages, and I had to keep it succinct. The story succinct. Saw dog shotgun, hand on the pump. I like that Saw dog shotgun. I'm with that. What story is that? I want to do that story. Saw dog shot. Brunson, let's do Saw dog shotgun. The saga of Saw dog. Have you read this book? It's a manga book. I stole it from someone, but I think you should read this book. Yeah, I just kept the book. Can I tell a story? 2 panels per page. And guess what we did? Uh, coincidentally, I later looked up on YouTube on how to write stories and what to use, and I found out about the 5 act structure. Even though I heard about it before, but I just didn't realize, like, oh, I could use that too. So I learned about the 5 act structure on YouTube, and I went back to this story because it's the last story that I completed by myself. I went back to this, and this matches the 5 act structure. It's skewed a bit, I think, somewhere in like this section. It's skewed a little bit, but it was very close to the 5 act structure. I was like, okay, that kind of helped me know that I kind of knew what I was doing. It's a inciting incident is, I would guess, I would say, is this. Unless this is the inciting incident where he hears the music and thinks that the sword is in there because it's the same song that he heard when he still had the sword. And then I end it with a callback because he talks about, which is something that you never do, that they tell you not to do. But hey, guess what? You can do it. He says that he lost a small dog has lost his a small dog stole his turkey leg dinner, and he's telling you this. No flashback, no visual. What did they tell all you always tell you to do? Don't tell the reader the story, show the reader the story. Show, don't tell. Guess what? I fucking told you. In the first panel I told you. But I told you so that I can call back to it at the end. Where I do eventually show you the small dog who stole the turkey leg. And then you do the cartoon thing where this is the moon, but it's kind of like the circle thing that closes in on the characters at the end of the cartoon. Sawdog Shotgun, the last king. The last king of Scotland. Hell yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. Got a brand new another project. Brunson and I have like several projects together that we've talked about it at length, at different lengths on these different projects, but we're both so busy that we can't. I think Brunson's quicker though. Okay, we can say this too. I don't think this is spoiling too much of anything. The Ghostman Angriest Warrior thing that we're doing, it's kind of just a two-man anthology where Brunson is writing and drawing an Angriest Warrior, and I'll be writing and drawing a Ghostman story. And then that could eventually lead to a crossover with Ghostman and an Angriest Warrior, where we figured out. I figured out we figured out the ending. We figured out the ending, and then with that ending, I could start, or I could even not even start. I could reference Angriest Warrior meeting Ghostman in a separate story. I remember that part. Brunson probably has a better memory. I know Brunson has a better memory than I do. Brunson sent me a message saying that he watched an episode, and then I asked him, "Hey, was that a recent episode of that YouTube show?" And he goes, "Yeah, kinda. It was the episode that you were describing on a previous stream." I totally forgot I listened to that, and then later on, Brunson told me the whole story. It's like, "Oh yeah, I do remember that story now." Yeah, Brunson and I have another collaboration project with two popular characters that have never interacted together in a book. We don't think so. I I looked multiple times and I have not seen these two characters ever interact. Brunson and I figured out uh later that they never interacted, so we knew we had something unique. I forgot how many issues that thing is going to be, but that one's going to be a fun one too. Rule Schmules, King George V. Yeah, so that's that. I don't think I don't know if I should do the other one. Oh, it's 4:30. It's 4:30. I do want to watch comic drops. Comic drops. Maybe we can go up to 5. Let's go up to 5. We'll draw this, go up to 5. I'll leave, eat dinner, watch comic tropes. Is Jason Momoa Lobo? Is he finally Lobo? I hope they really take like strong cues from Simon Bisley. Obviously, he's gonna look like the Simon Bisley version, but I hope they push it. Push. Look at that. I tried to do some McFarlane line. Yeah, he's making a Lobo cameo in a new Supergirl. Oh, just a Supergirl movie? I didn't even know it was a Supergirl movie. I have a feeling it might suck. How do you know that? How do you know it's gonna suck already? I'm not arguing with you. I agree with you. But how do you already know that? There's some things that there is just some things you just know they're gonna get it wrong. Oh yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I have a feeling too. I'm kind of a little bit scared of the Superman. Oh, is that gonna be good? Cause that the trailer wasn't terrible. Except I don't know. And now I'm trying to think like did the first Galaxy Guardians of the Galaxy trailer get me excited? I don't think it did. But I like that movie. Second one wasn't that great though. And I didn't watch, and because of that, I didn't watch the third one. Although some people have said that they did they did enjoy the third one. Your Lobo is too toxic masculine for Robocall. Oh, you know what? Yeah, maybe. They could just play into it. They could make him a joke. Or could they do it the same way they did it in the Batman animated? I kind of remember the episode, but oh, what the hell? What the hell is that? What? Oh, I think I yeah, there was a mark there. I sanded this area. Now it's a little porous. The lines oof, are frayed out. I don't think it's gonna be too much of a problem. Cause intended to make this a brush drawing. I'll use some microns on here, but primarily brush. We need a Lobo animation. We need a kick-ass animation. I could go for both. You know Lobo's gonna do that. They're gonna do the ugly static animation where frames are. We're losing the frames got dropped. I'm the main man. How do you think Hellboy sounds like? Lobo sounds like? I'm the main man. I think Bender voiced Lobo in the Superman cartoon. It's named DiMaggio. Yeah, that was him. I remember that. I remember the episode where there's like a zoo. I also want to learn how to watercolor. Maybe I just need to get markers to color these things. Because I would like to put like gray wash in the black areas and the dark areas. That it would separate from the white mask area. Quicker. Or maybe I just do it in post. I just do it in digitally. Just trying to think of ways I need to gotta level up. The original art stuff like this I get with the gray wash. Because I'm not gonna do it for anything. I'm not using this for anything else. Been watching the old 70s Spider-Man Amazing Friends cartoon. Shit's awesome. Oh yeah, Amazing Friends. I remember watching that when that was still on TV. There was an alien An alien collector that paid Lobo. Oh, yes, to capture Superman for his collection, but he betrayed Lobo. He collected him too, yes. Because he found out that he was the last Zarnian. You were the last of your kind. That was a good one too, because I think that's an original cartoon story. I don't think that they did that in the comic. This is supposed to be the chin part. I did watch last week's Daniel Warren Johnson's live stream. Where he made a mistake and he covered his drawing with a patch of orange watercolor. That was I read G.I. Joe and Transformers Brunson. Like both. Feel good. You still need to read G.I. Joe. I think you'll like G.I. Joe. That Duke is a madman. He's a madman. There's also there's a moment where two characters finally meet. Oh, could I have it between those characters? You remember the cover art contest that McFarlane did? That someone that used AI won? Whatever happened to that? Oh, you gave up on Hell Hunters? Why is that? All the covers that won have been missing any action as far as being published. Damn. Well, what a shit show then. Nothing came out of it. Probably not gonna want to do it anymore. It wasn't bad, but I started to read the third issue, and I just didn't care anymore. Yeah, I don't even remember any of the winners. Nothing that stood out. Yeah, me neither. I don't remember. It was weird picks too. Like there was like a bunch of people that you probably knew that should have won that didn't win. Yeah, there's like a bunch of people that I follow on Instagram that just showed their stuff, and none of them got picked. You probably have to look for it, but look for if you can find it, Jasper Jubenville spawn. Non-traditional art, comic book, very stylized though. I liked his cover. I liked his cover. I don't think he wanted to do it, but I guess he wanted to get some exposure. He must have liked it, like doing it to some degree. Let me see if I can find it. Just type it in. Oh, I think this is the one. Oh, come on. I hate that when something logs to goes to another. Ah, you bitch. I hate that it's all corrupt and shit. Okay, it's okay. Let's add the ink. Do we need anywhere else? I'll just get this out just in case. Comic tropes. Oh, that's right. Okay. Comic tropes. Hello, everybody. Comic tropes. With that, I think I'll finish this during comic tropes, and I'll post it maybe tomorrow. Just wanna say, what's the comic tropes after dark? That's where he's live on. Comic tropes. Comic tropes. Would keep going, but I cannot keep going. And I could. I would do want to do my. I'll listen to comic tropes during my walk. I guess you could listen to it here, but you're gonna get an echo. You might get a weird echo thing happening. Yeah, and basically all the rest of this is just the crosshatch stuff that I've been doing. I see. I keep drawing and drawing and drawing. I gotta end this base. Alright, guys. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next time. Maybe I'll even see you at Comic Tropes right now. Comic Tropes.